Hey everybody. So I have a question today. I've been thinking about it for a while and I wanted to share it with you because you're the one I'm asking, right? So with any healing that you're doing for yourself, how committed are you really? Like if you stop for a moment and just ask yourself, am I really committed to this practice? And when I say this practice, I don't mean just Reiki. I mean whatever it is that you are doing for yourself. Are you committed to your own growth and to your own healing? And I ask you this because, people come for healing and then they stop. And I'm not just, again, talking about this modality. I'm talking about anything we try and do for ourselves. We allow everything in the world to get in the way. And, as a working parent, you have kids, you have a home, you have a job. So those are real things that get in the way of other things. But I always feel that no matter how little time you think you always have time to do what you want to do. Like think about that friend that you're really not into hanging out with and they'll text you, let's meet for coffee, and right away, oh, I can't, I'm really busy, like some other time, so you just push it away. But another day, a friend that you really like will text you and say, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Amazingly, you have the time. Yeah, let's meet at 3 o'clock. You find the time, right? We always can find the time to do whatever it is we want to do. People will always find the time to see those that they want to see. So there goes that theory of I have no time. The second thing that people do when it comes to their healing and their growth and many other things, I don't have the funds. It's too expensive. I don't have the money right now. So I'm going to go back and tell you a story of when I was in my 20s and I started seeing an energy healer. So in my 20s, I wasn't making a ton of money, believe me. And the price of this healer was definitely a little on the higher side. But I never gave it a thought when I left her session and she said, see you next week. Okay, I went. And after that, see you next week and see you next week, because this healer had my best interest in heart. And, whether I had the money or not, it was amazing because I found it, right? I didn't hesitate. I got the money together in my 20s, being single, not making a lot of money, but for my healing, I found that cash. So again, when you want to spend the money for something, it's amazing how suddenly you have it. When you don't want to spend the money, you don't have it. So those are two really, really important things. And I wanted to bring it up because healing doesn't happen on its own. You need to be a full 100% participant in your healing. You cannot rely on a person to heal you if you are not invested in that healing. And yes, things are expensive. And yes, we all have things to buy and pay for. But what is your healing worth? What are you worth? Do you put a value on yourself? I mean, for myself, it was the best money I'd ever spent. And did I go back many, many times? Absolutely. And whenever I felt the need, did I go back? Yes. Do I see somebody now? 100%. Because I'm worth it. And I want you all to know that you are worth it too. You are worth feeling good, being your best self. You are worth all those things. So time and money are those two things we talk about, but you have the time and you do have the money because your healing is just worth everything. So if this resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. And if not, I'd love to hear from you too, because it really is food for thought. So be well, everybody, and I will see you soon. Sending lots of love.